it's time for a theory video. I wasn't planning on making this, but I can't get this idea out of my head, so you guys are gonna get this video whether you like it or not. So without further ado, here we go. So there's a guy named Dan Povenmire, and he creates cartoons, but he decided to do something unique with his cartoons and make a cinematic universe. And the problem is, that guy does not look like Iron Fist. Oh wait, wrong video. The problem is, this is just broken, like, at all. Like, just completely broken, nothing makes sense, and I'll explain why nothing makes sense. Let's start with the very first show, Phineas and Ferb. Doof decides to turn good at the end of the series, and yeah, that's basically what happens. But wait, Christmas time rolls around, and for some reason, Doof is evil again. If I'm not an expert, but doesn't the end of summer take place before Christmas? You know? That's how it works. But fine, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt by saying, well, maybe it takes place before the first episode, right? In that case, that's even worse, because Buford, somebody who didn't hang out with Phineas until the beginning of summer, is hanging out with Phineas at Christmas time, thus making this also not working. And I also... Whoa, slow down. Slow down. Hey, wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I can't believe we're not even 2 shows in, and we still have a huge plot hole. Okay, pretend you're the Star Fox redesign. You're going to see Sonic 3, but then somebody is stealing your seat. So you try battling them, only to see that they have a block of cheese, and you are lactose intolerant. So then you went to the North Pole, because they don't have cheese in the North Pole, but all that's there is snow and pictures of Andrew Garfield. So then Santa Claus says, hey, you want to watch Phineas and Ferb Take 2 with me? This is a weird show, because somehow they have access to famous celebrities such as Jack Black and Taylor Swift, of all people. I'm not sure how these children have access to all of these celebrities who are huge nowadays, or how any of this realistically works. But then there's another interesting thing. Famous celebrities must exist in this universe, including Weird Al Yankovic, who interviews Dr. Doofenshmirtz. But it gets weirder. He is the voice of Milo Murphy. So somehow this random middle schooler has the same voice as Weird Al Yankovic. In fact, there's probably an animated version of Dan and Swampy in this universe that we haven't even found yet.
But in
Your career is going well,
yeah,
then.
apparently so.
Excellent.
But I'm also obviously I'm working on the 2nd season of Milo Murphy's Law.
Yes.
He said he was working on Milo Murphy's Law Season 2 while interviewing Doof. But I'm sad to say Doof is not real. So how is he making Milo Murphy's Law Season 2 if it's already in the universe? Well, I guess the simplest answer is Weird Al Yankovic is stalking Milo's life and turning it into his own TV show. When I say Milo Murphy's Law, I mean Season 2, because Season 1 doesn't really have any problems that disconnect it from Phineas and Ferb. But Doof is a good guy now, okay? Right? Except he lives with Milo and his friends. But they kind of already answered this in Doof 101, a spin-off show about Doof being a teacher. Except, how is Doof allowed to be a teacher when he's, like, never there because he's stuck living with Milo and his friends? You know, he could be a teacher teaching because teachers stay there, and they do not just stay at random houses. You know, that's not how a teacher works. I know I'm not an expert, but I think if you were a teacher, you should stay with your students and teach them. I can believe Spider-Man has a double life because, you know, it's not like Spider-Man is like, I need to be Peter Parker and Spider-Man at the exact same time. No, he has to pick one. Doof, on the other hand, goes from being a teacher to being a guy. And also, let's not forget that Milo Murphy's Law takes place in the fall and winter of Phineas and Ferb. And you know what's in the winter? Christmas. So somehow he turns good and back to evil on Christmas time and randomly gets his building rebuilt.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was actually lying about that. He doesn't do that once because he does it twice!
Yes, in Kansas Against the Universe, he somehow is evil again and doing the exact same thing, even though it takes place after the series of Phineas and Ferb. So why is he evil again? Now, the show wouldn't have as many problems if they didn't ask the same question over and over again. What did Doof do during the fall and winter of Phineas and Ferb? Now, you can't answer this with Phineas and Ferb because they're just children. But trust me, there's more characters in the show Phineas and Ferb that are not children and are not named Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Why not do something with Major Monogram? What did he do during the fall and winter? Realistically, there is quite a bit of stuff you could do with Major Monogram. Get creative, guys. There's a lot you could do with him. Unfortunately, I won't be saying any of these ideas because that's not what this video is about. Doof becomes Professor Time, which kinda makes sense but kinda doesn't. But 10 years later, he's a random old man. Shouldn't he be, swimming in his riches because he invented time travel?
Listen up, people, and I'll teach ya.
There is a scene in Phineas and Ferb that makes the Pixar movie Elio somehow canon to this universe. You guys know Elio, that one Pixar movie that nobody watched. It could also say that the Pixar theory is canon to the whole Phineas and Ferb universe, which we could say Thunderclap and Buford exist in the same universe, but we'll just stick with Elio for this. Then something weird happens, like LeBron James weird. Somehow he is canon in this universe, but he's not like a live action like Weird Al. He's somehow also animated. And they say they can only make these guys interact with Phineas and Ferb if they're animated. So how on earth is Weird Al Yankovic able to interact with Doofenshmirtz if he himself is not animated?
The improbable duo that you heard about.
Hamster and Gretel, there isn't a lot to talk about because it doesn't shove random Doof cameos everywhere. It's just trying to be its own thing, which I can actually respect for that. So I can't really say much about the show aside from one Doof cameo, but I realistically don't say it counts. But there's this random ring, which is a Disney show. And these things kind of make me annoyed. I mean, sure, the Hamster and Gretel one when she talks to Doof makes sense because, Doof and Hamster and Gretel exist in the exact same universe. But these things, always used to make me mad. Not just about this universe, but also about the DuckTales and Big Hero 6 universe. That just always just baffled me. But I get I can make you guys go crazy because of one random ring.
Hello?
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is Tilly Green. I called you by mistake.
Oh, so wrong number.
I miscalled you because I was making a little melody on my phone. Do, 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 do.
Big City Greens, a farming show, somehow also exists in this universe. Are you confused yet? Well, I bet I can make you even more confused.
Hello, Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz coming at ya.
But I'm kind of busy doing my pre-theme song stretches.
Another Disney show is somehow also canon to this, making their 5 Disney shows canon. Now, how could this get any more complicated? Oh, you'll see.
Don't be shy, evil villains. Huddle up. Darcy, everyone accounted for?
Well, Dr. Doof, we've got the Destructress, Fist Puncher, Killbot 86. It's been forever. You look good, dude.
So with that, this makes every single Disney Channel cartoon canon to this one universe, thanks to Broken Karaoke, a weird crossover type thing, making Arson Mac universe look like this. Yeah, I know, and there's nothing Dan can do to fix it. But I just want to say, I do like all these shows still, and I just think this is confusing. But that will be the video for today. So bye-bye.